recording right now. Today, for grade 11 review, I will show you how to make a vector of something, another object you've made it. So let's say I want to add a second ball into my game, and I don't want to just call it B2, because maybe I'm going to have like 5 balls eventually, and I don't have to keep track of them all, B1, B2, B3, B4, right? Then any code I do, I'll have to go in and code very specifically for each different ball that I make. So I'm going to put this in a vector instead. So there's my ball there. But instead of writing B1, I'm just going to write vector. And then I write ball like that. And then I can write B. Okay? And for now, let's see where I have some ball code in here. I really only have B1 update position and B1 check paddle collision and draw B1. So I don't have a lot of B1s in here, which is good. I'm just going to get rid of this line here. Okay. And to do that, I'm going to add this ball to my list, my vector. So I'm going to go B dot push back. That's the command to add something to a list or a vector or an array, whatever word you want to use. C++ we use the word vector, which can be awkward because there's like vector 2f, vector 2d. Shh. Guys, what's going on? Okay, so I'm going to go push back. I'm going to write ball like that, and then I'm just going to give it all the stuff I would have given this. So I will write world. I'll write 400. I'll write 300, and I'll write 15. Okay. So now I have a ball in that vector. I'm going to get rid of this line. I don't need that B1. But every time I want to do something with my velocity, my ball, I'll write B0 with square brackets. So that's the only one in the list right now. So I can do that. I'll write here B0. It's just a list with one thing in it, so I can go in and explicitly write B0. If I have more than one ball, I might have to use a for loop to do all this stuff, but for now, this should not change my program in any way, hopefully. Should still be a ball. It's just that it's in a list of balls now with one in it. So it's still running. Everything's great. But let's say I want to run 2 different balls in my project for some reason, or even 3. Then it's easy to update this to do that. So what I'm going to do, so this would be a great power-up, by the way. You know, in some Brick Breaker games, the balls can get more and more as you go. Just going to keep pushing back a couple more on here. I might push 2 more back on here. So I'll write ball again and the empty brackets. This is my constructor that I'm calling here. If you remember from the ball file, I've got a constructor. It's a world, x, y, and a radius. So I'm going to just put it in a different spot somewhere. Same size is fine. Forgot to write the word world here. And so I'm good there. I'm going to add one more. Now you're going to see something weird happen here because I didn't draw them yet. And I don't even think I gave them velocity, so you're going to see them kind of bouncing off stuff that we don't even see. Maybe? Let's look. Let's run that. I've added 3 balls to my physics world, but I haven't updated them. So maybe this ball might hit one of them. I don't know. There, it hit one. Did you see? He's just not drawing because I didn't call an update position for him. Look, he hits one of the balls. So, why isn't it drawing? Well, here, I'm going to do everything inside of a for loop now. So I'm going to go like this. So every time I see a B0, which was my only one ball, I'm going to write I equals 0. I is less than the size of however many I have in there. I plus plus. I just have to make sure all the code that I had originally with just the 0 after it all has I after it and runs through a for loop through all of them. So now they're all going to have velocities. So that's good. Notice I don't have to put curly brackets here because there's only one line of code. The only other time I have a B0 is here, here, and here. So I'm just going to put all these in a for loop. I'm going to change this to I. Okay, I'm going to change this to I. I might even put... I guess I'll put this as I too, and I'll put them all together. But then I'll just put a for loop in, so it'll run how, if there's 10 balls, it'll do updates for all 10. If there's 1, it'll do for 1. If there's none, it won't do any updates because it won't run the for loop. Right? It's all dependent on the size of my ball vector, my list of ball. So there we go. Now that should draw all 3. If I want to add more, I can add more. If I ever destroy a ball, this for loop doesn't have to change because it's going to know that the size is smaller. It's going to always take care of everything for me. So it's actually not that hard to, like, instead of just making one of something, to make a whole list of them. Really streamline your code that way. So if I run this, I should get 3 balls bouncing around. There we go. And they're hitting off of each other, which is cool. Give them different angles. They're all going at the same angle right now. But isn't that neat? I could make one of them bigger. I could change the color of one. Let's say I like a monster ball that can like wreck more bricks or something later on. You'll see the one is now bigger than the other two. Okay. He'll actually have more momentum too, so when he hits, he doesn't like get... He'll make the other ones go... well, he would actually give them more speed, but we're limiting all the speed, right? So, there you go. Kind of cool. That's how you make a vector of stuff instead of just one of something. Because if you make 50 bricks and you have to code brick 1, brick 2, brick 3, brick 4, brick 5, brick 6. Oh, I want to delete one. Now brick 6 becomes brick 5 and brick 7 becomes brick 6. Guess what's going to happen? You're going to have a lot of crashing and blowing up. I can never have a crash if I run everything through a for loop because it knows how many I have all the time, and I don't have to keep track of it in any way. Stay here. So that's how you do it. You can do it with bricks. You can even do it with paddles. You can do anything you want. There you go. Try that.